Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Natalia. If you don't know me, I am very excited to be here. I welcome you guys as well as myself to YouTube because this is my first video and I'm super excited. Actually, no, that's not true. I filmed before Christmas a very festive look, which I posted a picture on Instagram if you want to go check it out. But I filmed that look before Christmas and I ended up not liking any of the footage I got. It just didn't turn out great. So I kind of just bagged the whole thing and kind of deleted all the footage. Yeah, so this is take two. Let's hope it's better than the first time. Yeah, well, this channel has actually been a long time coming because I have been wanting to do YouTube for about 3 years, which is kind of when I started getting more into makeup and seriously watching and practicing and kind of learning stuff about it. However, I was a weenie about it and I didn't get started and I didn't kind of get the ball rolling with that and making a channel for myself. But since it is 2018, I have decided to make one of my resolutions slash goals to be that if I want something to happen in my life, I need to just do it and I need to grow up and just make it happen and not wait for the perfect timing because there never really is perfect timing for anything. So this is one of those things that I'm gonna jump right into. So with all that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, let's get started. I already washed my face and moisturized it about an hour ago, but under my eyes is feeling a little dry, so I'm going to be using this Pixi skin drink. It's just a little hydration gel, and I'm just using a little bit of that and just patting it under my eyes and kind of the areas that I feel are a little dry. Okay. Now that I have moisturized my skin a little bit, I am going to prime. I'm using my Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. So that is what I'm going to be using today. And I'm going to put that all over my face. Okay. Next, I am going to be color correcting because this lady is red all over. So I am just using the Maybelline Master Camo. Ugh, and I am covering all of this redness because, woo, she's a mess. Okay, now that I look nice and sick, we are going to apply foundation, which I have been going jumping back and forth between this MAC Studio Fix Fluid and my Milani Conceal and Perfect, which I love them both. But I think this one's a little warm for me right now since it's gold and I'm not tan at all. So I usually use 1.5 pumps. And I am just using my Morphe M439. It's just a foundation, kind of really, really dense foundation brush. And I'm just blending this around. And now I'm just using my beauty sponge to kind of perfect all the streakiness or any patches that I left behind from the brush. Always make sure to blend this area of your face because I feel like because you can't really see it, a lot of people forget to blend and it's super, super obvious on someone else if you don't blend that area. And then it kind of gives away the fact that you're wearing makeup. Oh my gosh. Okay, and now we are going to conceal. Today I'm going to be using the Maybelline New York concealer in light. And I'm just applying this all over the under eye. You want to be careful not to apply too much because then it just kind of, it's too much, yeah. Really blending this all the way out to get a seamless finish, and the nice thing about this is it's got a little point, so I can really get in that corner and really get a nice blend. I also like to put concealer, I didn't just now, but I will in a second. I also like to put concealer on my eyelids just because I use that instead of an eyeshadow primer. Just because well, one reason is I haven't really found a good eyeshadow primer that I like. And the second reason is that concealer is more opaque, so it kind of covers all that. I have a lot of redness and discoloration in my eye area, as you probably saw in the intro. I'm a very red-eyed person. And concealer really helps to just cancel that out, so I kind of have like a blank canvas to apply my my eyeshadow, so the colors pop more and it's more obvious what I'm doing on my eyes versus having redness and the colors are competing with that and it just gets kind of muddy. So I like to do that. I don't put a lot because then it gets cakey and creasy, but just a little bit so that color is gone completely. Okay, and right now I'm going to be doing my brows. I am using the Morphe M165 for my brush. It's just this tiny little angled, it's actually a liner brush, but I use it for my brows because I like that really dense, sharp line for my brows. Eyebrows done. Now onto the eyeballs. Not the eyeballs, the eyelids. Okay, so before I was filming this, there were two looks that I was kind of debating between which one I should do. And the first one is kind of like a cut crease type wing blend thing. And the other one is just a basic black lid smoky eye, which I've never done either. So I thought it'd be really fun to do one of those, and I honestly still can't decide which one I'm gonna do. So I think I'm just going to pull one out of a hat. So I know there's only two, but I really couldn't decide. Like, I was thinking about all the pros and cons for each one, and I can't decide what I want to do. So here goes nothing. Yes, it is smoky eye. Woo! I kind of really wanted to do that one, so I'm glad. Smoky eye, that's what we're doing. Okay, right now I'm going to be warming up the eyes a little bit with my Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe. And I'm going to be using, sorry, I have like little strings, like single strings of hair that just keep falling down and tickling me, and it's quite obnoxious. Okay, I am using my R37, my Morphe R37. It's a pretty large blending brush. It's really dirty, so excuse me on that. So I'm going to be using a little bit of Pukey from the palette, which is this one right here. And I'm just gonna be putting this pretty high up on my, not on my brow bone, but like right above my crease. And I'm gonna be putting this pretty evenly all the way across. Typically, for most looks, you kind of make it a little denser off to the edge because that's where it kind of opens up the eye if you do it that way. But since we're doing an all over the lid smoky, we're going to be doing that. Okay, next I'm going to be moving into a little bit deeper of a shade using my Morphe M433. And I kind of want this to be a little bit of like a rusty, warm, smoky eye. So I think I'm just gonna use Hunts, which is this shade right here. It's kind of a burnt orangey kind of color. And I'm placing this on one side of my brush, and then I'm gonna flip it so that it's at the top of the brush, and I'm gonna put that right in my crease and just buff it out so that it's visible, but it's not too harsh. Okay, now with a completely clean M433, which is the same one that we just used for that red, same brush, it's just clean. We are going to tap into this black color, which is Abyss. Very lightly tap into it because it's always better to build than to try and take away because it's not really possible. Actually, before we get started with that, we need to put some powder down under our eyes so that we don't get raccoon eyes. So I am just going to lightly pack some powder under my eyes to catch some of the fallout from that black, that very, very black powder. And I will look crazy, but it's okay. The best people are. I'm really hoping this turns out how I think it's gonna turn out. But I'm also nervous that it's not going to. I'm just gonna end up looking like a panda. But I mean, practice makes perfect. If it doesn't turn out good, I'll just do it again another time. Okay, so now that we've got that black kind of blended out, not very well, but it's there. I am going to go in with some of this MAC Black Track, which is just a black gel liner. And I'm gonna place that directly onto my lid with I don't know what this brush is. So we're just gonna apply a little bit onto this brush. And I mean a little bit, not a lot. And we're gonna place that directly on the very, very bottom, being sure we get that all the way down to the lash line because of how black this is. You don't want there to be any little pieces of skin showing in between that. I feel like this gel is really dried out. This gel liner, it's like really, I don't know if you can see, it's like dragging my lid. And it's not the brush because this brush is fine. I don't know what to do about it. This is kind of not fun for my eyelid because this gel is so dry. I don't know what is the deal. I probably should have put some oil in it or something before I used it. It has been a couple weeks since I've opened it though, so maybe it dried out a little bit. Whatever. I'm gonna go see if I can put some oil in this. I'll be back. Okay, I don't know how well that worked, but we shall see. Oh yeah, that helped. A little bit. Definitely better than what it was before. That's nice, actually. Now I am going back in with this M433. And I just grabbed a tiny little bit of that black and I'm just kind of stamping the gel that I have on right now because I'm just kind of setting it almost because it is a cream based product. You don't want that to transfer if you have hooded eyes, which I have hooded eyes. You don't want that to transfer onto your crease and onto your lid. Okay. Yeah, so right now we're looking a little top heavy. So we need to bring some of this color down to the bottom. I'm going to be starting with we're basically going to do the same 3 shades on top as we are on bottom, but obviously we're going to do them smaller and thinner. So I'm taking that first R37 brush. Sorry, there's a hair on my lip. And I'm just going to be swooping that underneath with the same color Pukey. Okay, now moving into the darker, deeper shade. I'm just getting a little bit on my M433 brush with Hunts, with the color facing up because you don't want to bring it down, it'll make you look shaggy. And you're just gonna get that connected all the way across. Okay, we are moving on to the black. I'm actually going to be using my liner, my pencil liner. This is by Forever Noir, just a black eye pencil. And I am going to be putting this on my entire waterline and a little bit pushing it into my lower lashes on this side so I can kind of smoke it out a little bit, connect that kind of outer part of the eye. If you bring it too far in, it'll make your eyes kind of too not saggy, but it'll just bring your eyes in, and you always want to get kind of that cat eye feel, which is why you always put it heavier and darker off to the outside. We are going to try and smudge that out with this is an e.l.f. smudge brush, which is perfect for what we're doing. So okay, I'm going back in with that first color, Pukey, and I am just going to finish blending this out, making sure it's perfect. Even though we all know it's not, it's okay. Nobody's perfect except Hannah Montana. Okay. And now we are going to, I keep forgetting to tell you what brushes I'm using. I honestly don't know what this brush is. This was one of the first brushes that I've ever gotten. It was my mom's, and then she gave it to me when I kind of started doing my own makeup, which I was like 12. So, not like to wear every day, but I would do it for like shows and stuff like that. I kind of started learning how to do my own makeup for performances and things like that. So she gave me this and a couple other brushes. Here's another one of them. You can see it's kind of rickety. It's like falling apart. But yeah, so this is one of the first brushes I ever got. Sweet little thing. And I use it all the time, actually every day. So precious little, it doesn't have a name and it's falling apart. The other, I think there was a angled brush on this side of it and that fell off years ago, so we don't talk about that. I'm going to be doing a little bit of contour / bronzing. I am using this Subtly Untouched by Pixi. It's just a really, really light bronzer, and I mix it with my Bahama Mama bronzer, which is a little too dark for me, but this one's a little too light for me, so I kind of just mix them both. Keep in mind that because our eye is so bold, you don't really want to have super bold facial features. So like you don't want to have like a crazy contour and a really bright blush, and I was gonna say blinding highlight, but you can always have a blinding highlight. And like a dark super bold lip, just because you don't want to kind of have two different things on your face that are competing for attention. You want your eyes to be the main focus and then everything else just complements from there. So I just applied my bronzer. I'm going to be using my Tarte Amazonian Clay in Captivating with my Real Techniques blush brush. And I'm just applying a little bit right there on the cheekbones just to give my face a little bit of life. Okay, now we are moving on to highlight. I am using the Becca Cosmetics X Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop with a Morphe R36, and I'm just placing this on the high points of my cheekbones. Okay, lashes are on. I did the lower lash mascara on this eye, and I'm gonna do it on my right eye. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. And now last but not least, I'm going to be applying Too Faced Naked Dolly for my lips today. I don't know that this is the right color for this look. Yeah, I don't think this is the right color for this look, so I'm gonna go find, actually, let's see what we have in here. This is just the LA Colors Matte Liquid Lipstick in Sultry. guys enjoyed the video. I had a really hard time doing this. This is my first time doing a all over the lid black smoky eye, but I think we did a good job. I think it looks pretty good for our first time. Who am I? Gollum? Smeagol? Pfft, there's no we. It's just me. There's no we. I am the only one who did this. I mean, you guys were here to help me and give me moral support. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure and subscribe. Make sure and subscribe to my channel because I will be posting more tutorials and more looks and reviews and things like that in the future. So if you don't want to miss out, go ahead and hit subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.